What's going on, and welcome back. So if you caught my last video, you've seen that I had just finished up with the oil pump gears and crank sprocket, and I mentioned in that video that I had something else coming for the car that I was waiting on. So got it today and wanted to show you guys what I got, but I also want to show you where I'm at with the car. Did one or two things to it, one major thing that I think you guys are going to like. So let me turn the camera around, give you an update on the car, and then show you what I got. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this real quick. Check that out, man. My buddy with the Tahoe, he came by the other day and helped me set the head unit of the Whipple supercharger system onto the car. Man, that thing looks awesome. That thing is massive. It's just huge. But it looks so good, man. I was excited to put that on there and see that on there. Man, it makes me feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. But we got a long way to go still. But yeah, and I know I talked about doing it live, putting it on live, but he was here and kind of in a hurry, so we quickly just kind of set it on there, bolted it down so we could check it out. Man, does that look good. It looks so nice sitting on there. But anyway, let me show you what I got, what else I got for the car, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Alright, so here's what I picked up for the car. I did buy used. Got a pretty decent deal on it. These things are not cheap, but this is the MFP crank support system designed to be used with the 6-rib Whipple setup. So I figured since I had everything torn down and I saw this for sale, I figured why not go ahead and get it. That way we don't add, hopefully don't add any stress to the crankshaft, any excess stress that can be created by these superchargers, especially when you're trying to push a lot of boost. Now in the beginning we won't be pushing a lot, but I know me, and the pulley that comes with the supercharger, I know that's not going to provide enough boost for the long run. So went ahead and picked this up. We're going to get this on there and, you know, help support that crankshaft, because there is or seems to be a problem with the crankshaft snapping when going with a centrifugal blower or a root style or whatever you want to call it, such as the Whipple or like a Roush. So they put a lot of added stress on the crankshaft, and we want to try to minimize that as much as possible. So I picked this up. We're going to throw it on there and, you know, hopefully keep from having that type of failure, because that would be catastrophic. So anyway, we're going to get that put on and see how far we get today. And we'll try to at least get this on there and maybe a few other things. So here we go. Let's get busy. All right, so before I got too far ahead of myself, I wanted to show you guys the MFP crank support. So there's the MFP crank support. Works really well. If you can tell, inside the middle there, can't really get you in there, but there's like a cylinder which bolts to the crankshaft, and that collar goes around it, and you can see there's what, 8 bolts all the way around that thing. 8 bolts all the way around the collar, and then of course it bolts to the engine there, and then 2 places there. Mounts down here, right here. This pulley goes around, and yeah, that's it there. But hopefully you can see that well. It should work pretty well to support that crankshaft. I did have to get that belt on the AC back there. That's a pain in the butt. In case you guys don't know, that is like a stretch fit belt. I don't know exactly what you call it, but you got to stretch it over that. It's a pain. It was not fun. But let's see what else we got hooked up. Started hooking up some of the wiring here, plugging into the injectors. Put my catch can there. I don't like how that's sitting. It's really not made for this. This is a JLT catch can for naturally aspirated applications. So I don't really care for how that's sitting. So I may have to go ahead and get something. I was hoping to hold off for right now, but I don't know. We'll see. Still got to modify that heater hose there. Still have to modify this heater hose here. But we started connecting everything onto the supercharger. Got the evap line there, and the line that runs to the brake booster. Still got a couple more lines to go, but man, we're getting there. Got the water pump bolted back on, as you can see. That's back on there. So got to get the thermostat housing on. Those hoses hooked up, but man, we're getting there. We're getting there. And I got to run this hose and the hose over there to the bottom of the supercharger there, so that coolant can circulate through the intercooler that's in that lower intake. So man, we're getting there. A lot of tedious stuff now, just, you know, bolting things on, a few modifications, blah blah blah. Still got to do the booster pump, got to wire that up, which that should be pretty simple. Then obviously put the cold air intake in here and the belt and blah 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 blah. But anyway, let's see how much further I can get, and I'll update as I go. Alright y'all, so made a little more progress. Got the thermostat housing mounted up, some hoses connected, the lower hose connected, the alternator is bolted back up. Let's see, what else? Not much else. Kind of fought with things a little bit, but man, we're getting there. We are getting there. Starting to look crowded again. It looked much better when we didn't have all this stuff in the way. Looked a lot nicer, but we're getting there. The next thing I'll probably do is put the supercharger bracket on, which is going to go here. There's also a tensioner that goes down there. Those will probably be the next things, and then I can figure out how to route these hoses. Still got that one over there to do, and we got this one. This goes to the intercooler portion of the intake there, so still got to figure out exactly how that's going to go and make sure nothing's kinked and all that stuff. Got to mount the battery box, or not a battery box. Got to mount the cold air box over there, run the tube, all that stuff. Put the battery box back in, and man, we're on the home stretch. Basically just bolting stuff on, but oh, got to do the spark plugs. Still got to gap the new plugs. I've got new plugs. Still got to gap them, put them in. Put the coil packs down, plug them in, all that stuff, and yeah. So still a little ways to go, but I've made a lot of progress, and you know, I'll keep updating this video. It's probably going to be just one whole video over several days, but anyway, I'm going to go inside for now, and then we'll pick back up when I come back out another day. Alright, so I've done a little bit of work the past couple days. Let me see what all I've done here. Not sure where I left off, but I've got this heater hose here, cut to length. I do have some more clamps for it because those clamps are a little too big. I've kind of eyeballed this heater hose, figuring out where I need to cut it. I've got the union piece for those, so I'll be cutting that today and getting that squared away. And I've kind of just set the air box there. It's not a permanent thing. I just kind of wanted to see where it would sit and how this other stuff would route. So that's just kind of sitting there. I'm gonna have to take it back out and you know, figure out exactly where it's got to sit and all that, and the other hoses and all that stuff. But I did get, let's see if I can get my shadow out of the way. I did get the supercharger bracket mounted there with all the pulleys and that good stuff. Got the water pump pulley back on. It's not tight. I do have to put the belt on in order to tighten up the water pump pulley. So yeah, this is about where we're at. I'm just kind of, you know, chipping away at it little by little, as much as I can in the evenings. So yeah, that's where we're at. So today we're going to do a little more work. I need to put that belt on. I need to go ahead and put the belt on and make sure all the pulleys are tight. Need to tighten the water pump pulley and the supercharger pulley. I need to tighten those up, so I'll probably go ahead and put the belt on, and I need to get that heater hose squared away over there, and that'll get me pretty close. And then I got to do some wiring for the intercooler pump, or for the heat exchanger pump. It's not too much to it, really, just a hot wire ground and plug it into the pump. So that's not too big of a deal. So I'm going to try to do that today as well. We'll see how far I get, and then, you know, we'll just continue filming for you guys. So hopefully I have a good long video for you. But here we go. Let me get busy. Let me get back on this. All right, y'all. So here is where we stand for the evening. Done a good bit of work, but it doesn't look like I've gotten very far. Did have to take the air box back out. Had to shorten up this hose. Had to shorten up that hose there a little bit. It was a little too long. It was kind of kinking over here. So had to double check my routing. I did get this heater line, this T hooked up. It goes to the football here. That is hooked up there and run and spliced in there. So that is in its final place. Maybe I might tie wrap it down a little bit. I don't know yet. But that is connected. The other heater hose is connected as well. I think that was already connected before. Let's see, you got the radiator hose, upper radiator hose back on. The belt is on. We got the belt on. That was kind of a pain in the butt because of the crank support. I actually had to pull that back off. I didn't even think about it before, but there's no way to get the belt around it without pulling it off. So had to pull that back off. That was fun. Not really. And as you see, we got the football on. So where we stand right now, I've got to extend this ground wire here. Got to extend that, and we got to run the wires for whatever that is for. It's for that plug wherever it goes, and this for the throttle body. That's got a plug in there, which that end is here, and that other end is right there, if you can see it. So got to get that wired up, and I still do need to run the wiring for the heat exchanger pump. I didn't get to that, so yeah, but this is where we're at. It's almost looking like an engine bay instead of all torn apart, but we're getting there. I mean, I'm doing a couple hours at a time, and you know, is what it is. Thankfully for you guys, it's one video. For me, it's several days. But yeah, so this is where we're at right now. So I'm gonna end this one here. This is gonna be one video, and then once I come back out here, I will pick up with another video, which will hopefully be all the wiring. Hopefully I'll get all that done. Get the air intake on there, get the catch can on there hopefully, and let's see what else. Spark plugs, gotta put in new spark plugs, and then I think, then the booster pump. Now this kit, I found out today, it does not come with a booster pump, doesn't require it. But I got one with this kit. Like I said, I bought it used, so I did get one. So I'm gonna run it. I actually have to email Palm Beach Dyno and see if they prefer the booster pump. See what they say. So I gotta get in touch with them, because apparently there are some things you can change in the tune for the booster pump. So I'm kind of thinking we might as well go ahead and install it now and be done with it, and that way it's there for later on. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, man. I'm tired. It's getting a little late this evening. I've been out here several days this week. But like I said, thankfully for y'all, it's just one video. Yeah, hopefully next video we'll be wrapping this thing up, and then we'll be getting close to cranking it up. I can't wait, but we'll see. But anyway, stay tuned for the next video, which will hopefully be the wrap up, like I said, of the Whipple supercharger on Project Stepchild, and we'll be underway. Cross fingers. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we'll see you on the next one.